The MA Media, Gender and Social Justice is just wrapping up its first year. 2018-2019 was our first cohort of students, and we had an excellent first year. What's been really exciting is that the cohort of students that we have come from a range of disciplinary backgrounds. So we have students coming from creative writing, student coming from musicology, student coming from social work, for example, and that means that we get to have really exciting conversations because they are bringing from that insights and from the work that they've done in the past to kind of invigorate the concept of social justice and challenge each other in terms of what they think they know. It's not just me at the front of the class doing that, it's the students actually contributing to that really exciting intellectual environment. It's been really exciting to see why the students have come to this program and what's appealed to them. For many of them, I think it was the idea of doing a practice-based media master's. That means that not only are they enhancing their theoretical knowledge of media and communication, especially for those students that don't come from that background, but that they're really getting a sense of how we can apply media and communication to tackling the injustices of this world. And they all bring with them their different ideas of what the most important or significant or timely injustice is that they want to tackle. But in this class, they really get a good grounding in what kinds of insight we can draw from other fields as well as media into how to do that precisely. So students on this course can take a range of different optional modules across different subject areas, including history, politics, international relations, for example. But what it culminates in is in the second semester, we do a core module called Social Justice in Practice, and that's just for students on this master's program. And what we work on throughout the semester is each one of the students is working on a participatory action research project proposal. And what they're doing throughout the weeks is they're developing a funding proposal that's modeled on actual funding bodies and the criteria that they ask for. And so what they're doing is they're going from the very basis of an idea, which really depends on the student what they're most interested in, and then kind of developing it, with peer feedback from the group and as well as myself into something that they could actually technically submit to get funding at the end of the project. So identifying stakeholders, thinking about the kind of correct partners to have on the project, thinking about budgeting, thinking about the real world context and the literature context to justify the need to fund that kind of project. So for each student, this is really an opportunity to draw together the work that they've been doing across their different modules and actually kind of consolidate that into a workable project with real world partners. In the social justice in practice module, the students are working on these projects that kind of draw on their background interest and the things that they've been taking on in the program as well. So we have quite an exciting range of projects that are being developed there. We have a student working on LGBT groups in China. We have a student who's working with Leicester City of Sanctuary, a student who's working on the legalization of sex work or the decriminalization of sex work in the UK. Another student is working on the use of media for kind of outreach and raising awareness about mental health in youth. And we have a student who's doing a project on period poverty and homeless women. So you can see there's quite a diversity of projects that you could work on, even just in that kind of small set of examples that draw on media, gender, and social justice learning. The students are recently coming to me to start talking about what their next steps are. And what's really exciting is that just as we have a diversity of students coming in, they have quite a range of different ideas of what they can do next. So we do have students who are interested in pursuing a PhD degree after this, internationally as well as within the UK. And this program does prepare you very well to do a PhD. Even though we do have quite a lot of practical focus, there is still that kind of strong theoretical basis that would prepare you for doctoral study. But we also have students who have, I think, taken a lot on from, we've had industry speakers coming in, so people who do kind of social justice in practice work in industry, in government, and in community, as well as at the university. And the students have really, I think, been inspired by those people to see just how much you can do with a degree like this. It opens you many opportunities to working at different kinds of levels of institutions. And so we have students that are interested in pursuing those kinds of careers as well. So we're really excited because the first year went really well for the launch. Like everything went as we would have expected. Students were able to partake of a range of different option modules across the subject areas, and they really derived a lot of benefit from that, and a lot of value from that. So what we want to do with the program moving forward is to continue to enhance our offer in relationship to those kinds of option modules, to pursue further potentials for students taking modules in for instance, law and geography, but also to develop in the media school as well. So we have an exciting new option module next year coming on board on community radio, for instance, and we look forward to continuing to develop those kinds of offers for the students. And then long term, we really do hope to start to offer a part-time option, because we feel like that would open up the program to other kinds of applicants as well who need to work or have other kinds of responsibilities but would be interested in pursuing a degree. For any students who are interested in the course, I'd recommend checking out our course page at the University of Leicester website. Just Google MA Media, Gender and Social Justice at Leicester. And on that page, you'll be able to find my contact information as well. I'm Alison Harvey, and I'd be more than happy to chat with anyone who's interested.